Hey, what is going on, everybody? We are back with some Dead Cells. I'm slowly turning this into a like morning ritual for me. I'm getting into the game. What? Am I in the middle of a game right now? Okay. Anyway, this is probably from the stream. Probably gonna end soon because of the double damage here going on. But screw it. We'll just go right into it. But yeah, I'm turning this into a morning ritual. Same with like Darkest Dungeon too. First of all, I've been playing Darkest Dungeon for a very long time, but I like it and I'm getting into it. But this is a game that I find myself getting better and better and better, honestly, with it. I'm actually going to I think this is we're in the ossuary for the first time. This is from the stream, I think, like the night before or something like that. It's okay. We're gonna change out for the bounce blade because as much as I like that double damage, it's gonna get me killed one of these days. Also, the throwing daggers are pretty damn sweet, so we're gonna take those too. This is so much better. So much better. What do I have on me? We're good. We're good. Also, take the watermelon. Thank you. Oh, he went with the slam there. But yeah, so here a little things that are kind of going on recently is I'm recording a lot of videos at the moment because E3 is like right around the corner. In fact, today's Sunday. Not to date this episode at all, but today's Sunday and E3 kind of starts for me tomorrow. So, oops. So, yeah, I'm spending this kind of recording some stuff, having some fun with it, and then I'm gonna have some people on the stream and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about a few things. But I did see the EA Play press conference, and you know, say what you want about EA, and you know, I have your sentiments. Trust me, I've been following EA for a very long time, and yeah, they've screwed me in the past too. But in the end, there's some cool stuff happening. The conference is always weird because they always try to bring celebrities, and things are awkward and a bit cringy sometimes. But at the same time, there's some cool stuff happening, man. Ow, that's not good. And more specifically, there was a lot of sports stuff, which, if you guys don't know anything about me, I don't play too many sports games. However, I have some expertise in some of it. I did write the Madden 2017 strategy guide, so I know a little bit. I know a little bit about what's going on. In fact, when it comes to the science of it all, I kind of know a lot. However, I'm not known for any tournaments or anything. I'm more into the roguelikes these days, and that was kind of a past life. Sports games and shooters I kind of came from, so you might see my skills kind of drop in these games because of that. However, we're here now and we're living the life. That actually has a health boost, but we don't need it. We're not going to take it. With that being said, the EA conference wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. I heard the other conferences were a little bit worse. But the big thing is Star Wars Battlefront 2. And, you know, I get it. It's not Star Wars Battlefront 2 that you knew back in the day, but you understand that we are dealing with a reboot, not a sequel. So, it should be fine. Also, if you care about the name of it and nothing else, maybe look somewhere else. Look somewhere else for your other issues in life, because there's some problems there. And that's not to insult you, but I like to look at things positively, and you know, that's a big piece of what's been going on. Like I said before, EA has screwed me over several times before, but I'm pretty close to a lot of the people that are actually working at EA these days, and they show promise in what's going on. So I was pretty excited to watch it. Watched it for a bit, and I saw the Star Wars stuff, and it really, really looks good. I'm going to be playing that for sure. I mean, I can almost guarantee you that we're going to have some fun with it. Granted, nope. Hold on, let me finish this guy. It's not good. Hold on. Nope. I need to get my health back. There we go. Oh, that was almost really bad. Damage taken by 10%. You get 2 more jumps. No, we need that extra heal there. We're gonna take this health too. This is my warm-up game for the day. Actually, I took yesterday off as far as streams went, so it's been a little bit. It's it's one of those things where it's like you pick it up and you're good at it and something you've done for a while. However, you take like a day off and you got to get your bearings back. This is a game that I've spent a lot of time with. Also, the map looks like a penis. spent a lot of time with. However, this isn't a game that I put like hundreds of hours into. I think we're almost to 100 hours in this game, though, considering it's still a brand new game and it's not even fully developed yet. We've spent quite a bit of time in it, and I'm pretty excited about it. Oops. Nope. There we go. Going down. It's been pretty good. Oh, that is okay. There's something that I'm having a bit of issue with. If oh, what is happening? It's not good. This map design with what's going on with this game is sort of disappointing. I don't mean to badmouth the developers in a video, but I'm not badmouthing them. I think they've done a great job. However, I have some issues with what's been happening lately. I also need to get the hell out of here. I'm hoping this is the right way, or else this run is gonna end. I'm also gonna take one of these, I think. Ice grenade and flashbang, we can get rid of one of these. Let's go ahead and do this, and let's swap them. There we go, that's better. We need some damage. We had 2 stunning grenades. This should be better. Oh, no, make it go away. Nope. Oh, okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're out of it. We're good. Ow, dude. But, okay, so the point I was trying to get to before I got distracted by all those freaking enemies was they've been doing a lot of changes to this game. Obviously, it's early access they're going to. They're still trying to feel stuff out. And they're trying to balance it for players. Unfortunately, they're kind of going the way, and this is exactly, like, this proves my point as to why I always consider this very much an Isaac-like game. I mean, yes, you can say, oh, it's roguelike. You can compare anything to Isaac that is roguelike. But the point I'm trying to make is the Isaac feel comes from the fact that right now, specifically, is that they're trying to make the game harder for those who spend a lot of time into this. So right now, as you can see, they're making it hard for me. And I'm not necessarily the audience that I think needs to be worked towards. I play this game a lot. I'm going to continue to play this game a lot. And if I were a marketing rep, I would tell whoever's developing this specifically to kind of lay back on making the game harder in that aspect and kind of finish what's been going on with the other maps. Like, finish the rest of the game rather than working on tweaking a lot of the little settings that are going on here. Granted, I don't know how big the Motion Twin team is. They could be rather large as far as an indie game company goes, and they could have 2 different teams, like, trying to balance out what's happening, as well as balancing out what is, or at least developing the rest of the game. Now, this is not me going, oh, what are they doing? I just want a full game. This is not me saying that at all. This is me saying that if you're gonna make the game harder, the best way to do that is definitely by adding more to the levels, you know what I mean? Instead of working on things that already exist, because right now you're making the game harder for me, and I'm not necessarily your biggest audience. I may be somebody that's totally, I'll tell you right now, I've already bought into the game. I'm very much into the fact that I want to see this game grow and develop. You don't have to sell me anymore. You don't have to make the challenge continue to keep me. I'm gonna keep playing this. So why are we focused on trying to keep me playing when your goal should be to get a bigger audience? And when I compare that to Isaac, the last thing that happened in Afterbirth Plus was they made the game near impossible for anybody that hasn't been following the entire system to pick it up. Like, I played it late. Yeah, I played it very early on in its makeup, and I played it very late in its makeup too. So I missed the big middle part. Right now, I don't really want to go back to Isaac because of how hard they made it. Granted, they've probably fixed it a lot now, and I'll probably go back to it eventually. But they've done quite a bit to change what has been happening and make it more and more difficult for those that are experienced. And I watch other people that have got tons and tons of thousands of hours into, like, upwards of 4,000 to 5,000 hours in Isaac, and they're calling the greedier mode just too hard. And I'm like, if it's too hard for them, how is somebody like me gonna pick it up and go? And the reason I bring that up is because something like this is gonna go down the same route if they keep doing it. They're making it harder for me. I shouldn't be your main audience. At least I shouldn't be somebody you're marketing to. Granted, that's in the most latest update. That's in the update we're playing right this very moment. That's not something that has been around for a while, and it's something that I'm breaking down as far as what's been going on within the realm of Dead Cells. Oh, Jesus Christ! That just happened. That little section right there is an end render a run ender every single time. We're gonna continue this video, even though because we are starting halfway through it. I don't want to cheap you guys out on anything. But yeah, if they continue doing that, I think there's a possibility, and I'm not saying like, oh, this is gonna just kill the game, but there's a possibility that you're gonna get some bad feedback and you're gonna ruin a lot of potential of what you had with your game. And this is me addressing the developer, but at the same time, I want to, kind of hear what the people watching this video understands and knows about what's going on. Do you feel the same way? Am I just that bad at the game to where I'm seeing it this way? I understand that I could beat the game. You guys have seen me do it. But because you're making it harder and harder for me to get there, does that mean that you're doing it right? You know what I mean? Also, this ice bow is sick. I don't know if... what I guess I'm trying to say is I don't know if you should be focusing on making it harder for me. Because you are. You are legitimately, I think, successfully doing that. But is that the right way to do it? I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know. I really don't know. I would agree if you said yes. I think that's the whole reason I brought it up. However, I'm just one person, and, I may have like a little bit of a knowledge into how the industry works, but I'm not a businessman as far as marketing and developing towards video games work. I'm marketing and developing towards my own brand. I definitely know how to do that. I definitely know how to do that with other companies. However, I'm not going to sit here and say I have everything you need to know about the video game world, because I have a pretty good knowledge. I've been in this industry for a very long time, and being only 26 years old now. Is that how old I am? Holy shit. Being 26 years old, obviously I have my lack of prowess within it, but however, at the same time, a lot of these developers are around the same age as me these days too, so whatever. Anyway, that's something that I like putting together in videos like this because, well, I can kind of play this without thinking about it too much. Granted, the last thing you saw is probably not the best thing, but it still works. Also, I'm going to take the twin daggers because of the fact that... Hadouken! Because the big sword is good, and I liked it when it first came out, but I think I need to stick with speedier weapons. I think that's a big part, especially with how everything's been working lately and how the game has been developing. I need speedier weapons because there's too many to deal with. There's too many weapons to deal, or too many enemies to deal with, rather. And if that continues, that's going to change the fact that it's going to change the way I want to play the game. Because if I can't take on those obelisks, if I can't take them on and kill them in time, then they're just going to kill me every single time. I'm not going to have a chance, which means I need the faster weapons here, and especially if I can get good damage on this. Oh, that does break. Interesting. If I can get good damage on these weapons here and the faster weapons, then that's the end game. That's it. That's it right there. I don't have to do anything else. So I'm gonna keep continuing on that. If and if they didn't put as many I would say if they didn't put as many item or enemies and they made them harder themselves, then maybe I would be able to give myself more of a range of what weapons I want to go after. At this very moment in time, I think the only way to really play this game is to honestly play with quick weapons that you can get major damage on by going after strength a lot. You're not going to, like you just saw, you're not going to benefit too much from getting too many health upgrades, because you get to a point where you can't kill the enemies and they're just going to do damage to you anyway, and you're going to go through all your Estus and health flasks and it's not going to mean anything. So you need the quick weapons, and you need to add strength, so you make those quick weapons powerful. There's nothing that adds speed to your weapon, so you can't get like a super powerful weapon and just get faster with it. That doesn't work that way. If it did, I would probably go that route, honestly, because that is another way of getting to the end of the game. But as far as you can see, that's just not going to happen. I don't know. I do know, but am I completely off base with this? I don't think so. I think I've questioned a lot of people that have been playing this game pretty drastically, and I think they kind of feel the same way. I'm not the only one, which kind of validates how I feel. And a big part of that is, well, if I feel that way and a lot of the other experienced players feel that way, then maybe, I don't know, maybe we are right. I don't know. I really don't. I don't really think about being right and wrong. I think about what makes sense to me. And if it is wrong or right, then we should be heard in a sense. And you know, I obviously think that these developers listen to me, or listen to us rather as a whole, not me specifically. Oh shit, dude! Please just die! Please just die! What did it do? Are you serious? Am I not hurting him? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what I mean. These weapons are like, these twin daggers are fast, and they used to be the fastest weapon in the game, except for the rapier and the impaler. However, they're still not fast enough. I don't think they're fast enough. I don't think they're powerful enough. I don't think there's any way to take this. However, at this level, that greatsword might have helped me, but I think that slasher is faster than the greatsword, which then again gives me the opportunity to say, well, if that's the only way to go, that's the only way to go. Granted, at the same time, does that make the game does that cause flaws in the game? I don't think so. I think that if there's definitely a optimal way to play the game, that's not necessarily a flaw. You may have problems with the design, you know, that may be like design issues to you, but at the same time, if you're a different style player than me, and you do totally well, that's perfectly fair. Perfectly fair to say, I think. Oh, hello. Oh. There we go. Die, please. You know, there's and I've been thinking about this game a lot. In fact, this is something that I've actually put in time and not playing and thinking about, which tells you, I think that tells you a lot about how much I care about this game. And with that being said, a lot of the pieces I've been thinking about is how to improve this game until as of late, where those last lots that just came up at the beginning of the video kind of came out. You know, like I'm thinking about ways to make this game better based on the greatness that it already exudes and just has. Like, I want to be able to add things that are based on what already exists, and now I'm getting to a point where I want to change things back because the changes that are happening are just not necessarily optimal in my opinion. Is that normal as far as like how things go, or are we in a zone where this is going to continue to happen? Because I know that there's a Reddit on this game, and I know that they are kind of the most vocal, and I know that they are the. Oh, Jesus, I'm not part of that Reddit. I read it every now and then, but I don't never posted there, and I don't think that's a bad thing because a lot of those people tend to be a little bit attention hungry. I'm not here to get attention off of any type of developer that wants to say, well, we just want to make our game and we want you guys to enjoy it, and that's about it. And I'm totally into that. I'm almost always on the developer side when it comes to a lot of different things. That's the whole reason I brought up EA at the same time. It's like, yeah, I get it. They've done bad things, but if you look at it from their perspective, they've been trying to make good things for you, just haven't liked them. And it's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's not anybody's fault. But maybe give them a break. And the same thing here. You know, I want this developers. Here we go. We've got it. Yeah, we've done it. I want these developers to feel like they can they can listen to some of their audience. I mean, obviously there is a lot of their audience that is, I'm not bad mouthing their audience right now. I'm not at all. I'm saying that it's like the rest of the internet. There are good people out there with good intentions that don't necessarily know how to talk to certain people, or at least put their message out there in a polite way. And that's not their fault. I would say that's, if they're if they're American like me, it's probably a lot of their education that's a big part of that problem. And if they're not, it's because the world has taught them that if they don't do things that gathers their attention, or that gathers other people's attention by being complete assholes about it, that they're not going to get heard, which is totally fair. And I feel that way. I feel that I'm fine with that. But that's also why I'm a guy that doesn't get a whole lot of attention, and I don't really care about it, because in the end, I know what it takes to get attention, which is sometimes to be a complete a-hole, which is when I just almost literally what I just said. And I really just don't want to do that. I can't see myself doing that. I don't want to do that. If I come off that way, it's not on purpose. I want to be heard because I think I have things to say. But at the same time, I'm not going to go that extra mile and be a total, whatever it is. I'm not going to call them names anymore. Am I coming off as pompous right now? Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Depends on who's listening. There we go. You need that range too. That range is nice. And I've heard, and then another thing based on the fact that we're using the Impaler right now, it's been said that, and it has to be said, I think, it's a good point, that the Impaler's broken. And I'm sitting here going, it's not really that great of a weapon. It's pretty good, but if you compare it to a lot of other weapons in different games, it's really just okay. But because of what the game requires, which is that range and that quickness and the power all in the same package, it kind of is broken for this game specifically. So at the same time, it's like, well, you're not wrong, but you're not necessarily right, but you're mostly not wrong. And I totally agree with that. I have empathy for that. Oh, there it is. We're good. Nope. This is the part. The obelisk is really what I'm focused on, because they tend to be able to see you and kind of hold you off in a position like this. Like, what am I supposed to do there? What am I supposed to do? I don't understand. How am I supposed to get around that? Just not. Okay. I didn't see it coming. That's mostly my fault for not just interpreting that happening right at the very moment. But oh well. What are you gonna do? It's there. Anyway, this is kind of been a ranty episode, and I apologize if you guys didn't like it, but I think it was quite interesting, and I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on it. So comment with what you guys have as a response. If you totally don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. Just try not to be combative when responding to me. In fact, just say whatever you want. It's free. It's free to say whatever the hell you want. If you want to say something gross that I don't understand and don't care about, then I'm just not going to care about it, but I'm still going to read it. Anyway. Thanks so much for joining me today on this wonderful morning and me getting through and getting my thoughts out on things. I think it was healthy for the both of us. And we can cuddle later, and if you want me to slip a digit, I will, but I don't want to right off the bat. Let's get to know each other first. Anyway, share, like, and subscribe to the video. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and all the stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!